learn from some of the combinations? You had Tyler got some good minutes to start the second quarter. You had a stretch there where you had Clarkson, you had OG playing the big, and a bunch of smalls around. So what do you see from your combination?
You know, I said this before. I truly believe this team is a deep team, and you give Leon Rose and his group a lot of credit for it. It's my job to keep trying to find combinations out on the floor that work, and just like they got a lot of room to grow, I got a lot of room to grow too, because I'm still learning them. And the neat part about it is there are a lot of different ways I can go with it. And I can learn on the fly because we have guys that can play. And, I'd like to play a lot of guys. I don't know if I'll play 11 guys every night, but we'd like to play, as many as we can. And we want everybody to be ready in case their number's called at any time.
Mike, you talked a lot throughout the preseason about the process of generating your guys' looks. And
Yeah.
it felt like tonight you guys generated a lot of good looks, just some of them didn't fall.
Yeah.
How encouraging was it, though, that even when shots weren't falling throughout the game, that your guys kind of stuck with it and didn't let it bleed into defense or any other aspects of the game?
It was huge because, when shots don't fall or you get a little stagnant, which is what happened to us at certain times, we kind of took our foot off the gas. We want to play fast all the time, just put pressure on them. And we took our foot off the gas, started walking the ball up, started walking into our actions, and allowed Cleveland to sit in the passing lanes and zone up and do some other things. And so for us, once we got over that hurdle, we realized, hey, we got to keep trying to play the way we play. We were good. We had 21 sprays. We want to get to at least 20 a game where, we touch that paint, because anytime you touch the paint, good teams, they have to do this. They got to protect the paint. But now those wide open shots happen, and I think we can even generate more. I think we can generate 25 to 27 a game because we have that many players, in my opinion, that are capable of shooting the ball, snap, driving, and touching the paint, and moving it on when they need to off of 2 feet.
What was this first experience like for you at the Garden? When you first came here as Knicks coach?
It's exciting. Again, I go back to this place is iconic, and just to know that this is our home court every night. Man, it blows my mind.
Mike, I want to ask you separately about Kolek and about
Yeah.
Gordy. Just two guys.
Who was the second?
Gordy.
Okay.
Just two guys who had increased roles tonight. Just what did you see from them? What do you kind of think about that moving forward?
I thought both guys came in and tried to do what they're capable of doing. We don't need anybody to come in and play hero ball or anything like that. Play to your strengths. And both those guys, they could do some things out on the floor. Obviously, for Ariel, he's a great runner. He's got great feet. He can rebound. He can play the pick and roll very well. Brings energy. And Tyler, he's savvy with the basketball. He can get in the paint, make plays for himself, make plays for others. He's got to stick his nose in defensively, which he did tonight. If both guys stay within the framework of what they're capable of doing, they can give us great minutes throughout the course of the year.
Does Mario have more to his short roll game than we've kind of seen? Like he made that pass to Cap with the short roll. Does he have more decision-making ability in those situations?
For sure, yeah, because he's so athletic. They have to pull. First of all, if you got Jalen coming off a pick and roll, even as you see Tyler coming off a pick and roll, the big's got to put his body in front of the ball. It's just good basketball. And if you don't pull that weak guy in, it's going to be a dunk. And, it was great to see Ariel play off of 2 feet and make that pass. He's more than capable, but in the same breath, he's more than capable of finishing over a small guy if he gets in his way. And I'm not quite sure if he can do it all the time. He's got this little runner floater thing, and I'm not quite sure, but it's gone in whenever he shot it. So I'm gonna keep letting him shoot it.
Mike, what does that say about your team to beat a team as good as the Cavaliers without two of your key players in Hart and Robinson?
I said it before. I think the group is deep, and they have all the attributes that I talked about earlier that are our standard. And because of that, it doesn't matter who's in front of us. we're going to have an opportunity to win the game if we play within ourselves and we do those things, and that's what we did tonight.
A couple more guys.
Mike Donovan Mitchell had 21 in the third.
Yeah.
Finished over 5 with 2 turnovers. Was there an adjustment there? What did you see that helped slow him down in that way?
You know, he's a great player, and you know, we knew he was going to shake loose sooner or later. We didn't think it was going to be like that, but we just kept trying to throw a lot of different bodies at him, and you know, there was really not many different adjustments that we made on him. We just kept playing our game and tried to throw different bodies at him so that he had to continue to work against a fresh body or a different type of player. And then, you know, not one person's going to stop him. So as, you know, as the quarter went along and into the fourth quarter, we were more conscious of being in our shifts to make it, you know, a little more difficult for him to see daylight. At the end of the day, you know, he had 31, which again, he's a phenomenal player. He's a great player. But if he's going to get 31, you hope it's on 25, 26, 27 shots. And, you know, that's what our guys tried to make him do. He missed some, but, you know, our team defense was pretty good as well.
Mike, a lot has obviously been made about.
I'm sorry, say.
Yeah, a lot has been made obviously about the immense expectations for this team. Did you? I know it's only open tonight. Did you feel the weight of that, the magnitude of that during the game on the sideline?
The weight of what?
The weight of it,
Of what?
the expectations for this team going into the season were pretty big. Did you feel that, the burden of that?
No, I mean, because our expectations are extremely high, but we're not going to get ahead of ourselves. It's whether we won or lost, it's one game, and we feel like as the season goes along, we're going to get better. We won the game, and we had some good moments, but we don't feel like we're anywhere near what we're capable of, and that's what makes it exciting. So, you know, everybody has expectations. I don't know if their expectations are any higher than everybody in that locker room, so we're good with that. We embrace that. Thank you, guys.
With a new offense.
Felt great. Anytime you get a win in this league, it feels great. So to be able to do it, obviously with all the changes, it was really great.
There was a couple of times in this game where they cut it to 1 twice. You hit a big 3 to kind of open it back up again. What were you feeling in those shots and in those moments?
Man, just staying patient, you know, trusting in my shot, my teammates. You know, honestly, in the flow of the game, you kind of get lost and you find yourself open and just want to knock it down.
There was a bunch of different combinations. The coach played 11 players, and it just seemed like different vibes were out there. Has that been something that you guys have developed through training camp? Is chemistry with just about anybody on the floor?
Definitely. The coaching staff has been experimenting with a lot of different lineups in practice and a lot of different looks, and, you know, just really felt great to be able to go out there with your guys, and, you know, it doesn't matter who's out there, is just going to step up and get the job done.
What did it mean to you to contribute on both sides of the floor tonight?
No, that's who I am as a player, honestly. On both sides, I'm always thinking defense first and offense second. You know, getting stops is what I do. And then on the other side of the floor, making shots, getting in the paint, kicking out, things like that.
Was this a total team effort in all regards?
Absolutely. I feel like anytime you win in basketball, it's always a team effort. Nobody's out there doing it by themselves. Amazing. I mean, playing in New York, I've been here, you know, my whole career, and it's special every time I walk on to the floor.
Deuce, what's the space been like in terms of just adjusting to like getting into those actions as quickly as you guys are trying to do?
Yeah, obviously it's different, but, you know, it's been great for me, honestly. Just a lot of different pace, a lot of different actions that I can take advantage of.
Does an opening night victory feel a little different than most others?
Honestly, yeah, I think so. You always want to start the year off right.